square room for boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hall, 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on iMpact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews, just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sports Hub for all the updates and analyses.
AI Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the fastest man in the world?
That's very simple. It's Usain Bolt. He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on iMpact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Has there been a worse display from two goalkeepers in the same game? Big question on the lips of everyone right now. It was a match in which United expected at least 2 goals, and actual goals were 3, and Tottenham Hotspur as well scored 4 goals from just the expected 1 goal in that game. And then the keepers in question were, of course, their second choice goalkeepers, Arte Bayindre of Manchester United and Fraser Foster of Tottenham Hotspur, directly responsible for 2 goals each in that game, while one shot which didn't actually end up in the net was kept out by a save, which had commentators as well literally laughing out loud. What happened in that game? Bayindre parrying, helping Spurs to take the lead as well. Just take a look at that corner kick at the death of the game by Son Heung-min. Amazing feat from the 2 goalkeepers yesterday night. Not just the goalkeepers, by the way. Talk about Lisandro Martinez as well, dropping a stinker in that particular match last night. 4-3 ended, and that means Tottenham Hotspur are on through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup this time around. Don't forget, the last time they made it to a stage like this, it was Jose Mourinho was in charge, and taking it back to the early 2000s, especially 2008. That was the last time Tottenham Hotspur laid their hands on a trophy. Hopefully, we'll be seeing something different this time around. The draws for the semi-final is out already, and of course, it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur would definitely will be in the run-up for the finals. Arsenal will be facing Newcastle United, by the way, and I'll tell you more about that in the course of the show this morning. Away from that, talking about UEFA Europa Conference League, of course, Chelsea are maintaining a 100% record, second in the English Premier League and first in the league phase of the UEFA Conference League. Goals for 26. They only conceded 5 goals. Yes, their goal difference is 21, winning 6 games straight. Amazing feat from Chelsea. Talk about them having a team B, talk about them having a team C, but of course it was Maguire who also had an hat-trick yesterday night for Chelsea in this season's Conference League. amazing feats right there from the youngster. A lot of fans are now asking Lamisia, how have you allowed this man to leave? The same thing with Marco Kurela as well. Also, Adenand in one of the goals for Chelsea yesterday night. Away from that, talk a little bit about boxing this morning, because the undisputed fight between these two guys, they had about earlier this year, and now they will be having a rematch. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will be going down this weekend. A remarkable one. Of course, we saw their head-to-head yesterday. One of the most remarkable and perhaps the longest, 11 minutes and 20 seconds was what the two guys used in their face-off. Tyson Fury talking tough already. He said the first time around he talked a whole lot, but this time he's going into the ring to make sure he gets the job done. For Alexander Usyk, he said he's been away from his family for 3 good months, and this time around he's still hoping that it's going to be well worth it being away from his family. We look forward to seeing what is going to happen at the end of the day. In the world of Formula 1 this morning, a couple of changes to drivers and their partnership yesterday. Some few days ago it was said Sergio Perez, Checo, has now departed from Red Bull Racing, and now the man who will be replacing him is going to be New Zealander Liam Lawson, will be the one to be replacing Sergio Perez right there at Red Bull. Though a lot of fans know this is not going down with a lot of fans because they really do feel that instead of Liam Lawson, yes, it should have been Yuki Tsunoda, who they feel was convincing to be the man who should be preferred to be in the seat for Red Bull. The Japanese, by the way, have some amazing feats. We'll talk more about that as well in the course of the show this morning. Sports in a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, here to 72 in beats and in pieces, tiptoeing through all of the major stories that are making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. Don't forget, I will bring you this package every weekday from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. Every weekday, Mondays straight to Fridays, 10 a.m. to the flip side of 10. Your early morning sport tonic, whether you're a sport person, someone who loves the thrill of the game, or maybe an athlete yourself, this is the right place for you to be. The early bird has gone all around the world to catch the scores, and I am willing to serve them to you just the way you like it. We'll be back here later this evening between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. for the Sports Up Show, where we'll be doing just football, talking about all of the matches and the actions that will be going down this weekend in the world of football. We serve you our Sports Up Show on Mondays and Wednesdays 6 to 7 p.m. on Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 2 p.m. down to 3 p.m. 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, 1 hour of views, reviews, and all of the interviews. Don't forget, you can keep track of these updates and more. Follow us across all streaming platforms. You are live on our Facebook fan page at impact radio 102.1 FM. We're also live on YouTube at impact 102.1 FM, on X, formerly Twitter, at impact 102.1 FM. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on this show this morning. I will be starting with talks coming through from the home front, especially talking about the Championship of African Nations, the CHAN qualifiers that will be going on the way this Sunday. The Super Eagles B team will be facing off against the Black Galaxies of Ghana. The last time out we met at this particular stage of the competition, we lost out. That was prior to the tournament in 2022. Same way we lost out to the Ghana Black Stars in the run-up for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 as well. Hopefully, a lot of difference will be made this time around. Let's go straight into the stories right now. We're standing head coach Daniel Ogumodede has named 18 Nigerian Premier Football League stars in the Super Eagles B squad for the upcoming CHAN qualifiers against Ghana Black Galaxies. The squad includes experienced midfielder Rabiu Ali, wing-back Sadiq Ismail, centre-back Stephen Mayo, midfielders Musa Sayad and Jide Fatokun, forwards like Anas Yusuf and Sikiru Alimi. The players will be leading the team roster for the first leg of the African Nations Championship qualifying match against Ghana, which is going to be played this Sunday in Accra. A full list of the players. Talk about Henry Ozemena, who plays for Eyimba FC, Kayode Bankole of Remo Stars. Defenders I mentioned to you, Ismail Sadiq of Remo Stars, Wali Ojeto of Ikorodu City, Imo Obot of Eyimba, Junior Unduka of Remo Stars, Victor Collins of Nasra United, Ifanyo Yebuchi of Rangers International, and Stephen Mayo of Rivers, Jidefatokum Remo Stars, Rabiu Ali of Kano Pillars, Xavier Isaac of Rangers International, there's Musa Sayad of El Kanemi Warriors, and in the forward you have Anas Yusuf, who is currently the top scorer top goal scorer in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Adamu Abubakar is there. Sikiru Alimi, Emmanuel Ogbole, and Papa Daniel Mustafa. The first leg will take place at the Accra Sports Stadium this Sunday with kickoff at 4 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. in the Nigerian time. And both nations under 17 women's will also be competing for the inaugural Wafubi under 17 Cup at the Ghana Center of Excellence in Pran. The second leg will be aired at the Gosila Pabio in Uyo on Saturday, 28th of December. The winner on aggregate will secure a place in the 8th African Nations Championship, which will take place in Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda from 1st to 28th of February next year. And away from that story right now, let's go talk about the Wafubi under 17 Girls Cup, where another Nigerian-Ghana clash as the Flamingos will be aiming for the maiden Cup title. Nigeria and Ghana will battle for the ultimate prize in the inaugural Wafubi under 17 Girls Cup this Sunday. Incidentally, the same day, the home base senior men's team will be clashing in Accra with the first leg of the 8th African Nations Championship qualifying fixture, pitting both countries against each other one more time. Last night, in the second semi-final of the WAFU under 17 Girls Cup, the World Cup quarter-finalists Nigeria defeated their counterpart from Benin Republic 2-0. Both goals coming in the second half of the encounter at the Ghana Center of Excellence in Pran I mentioned. And Sunday's final will also take place at the same center outside Accra, Ghana. The Flamingos reached the final having scored 14 goals in 3 matches, conceding only 2, and will start much confidence against the Ghanaian side that defeated Cote d'Ivoire girls 5-0 earlier in the afternoon to reach this Sunday's semi-final as well. And away from that, still more talks coming through from the home front this morning. Before we go into other sports, let's talk about the senior men's national team. That is talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who have now ended the year 2024 in the 44th position in the latest FIFA ranking that was released. The Nigerian male national football team suffered a massive collapse in November ranking after their home defeat to Rwanda in the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier. And according to the ranking released yesterday afternoon, the Super Eagles garnered 1,482.23 points to stay in 44th position and 5th in Africa. The Atlas Lions of Morocco, remained the continent's best ranked team as they are placed 14th, followed by Teranga Lions of Senegal in 17th and second in Africa. African top 10 you have Morocco, Senegal, Egypt, Algeria, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Mali, Tunisia, and South Africa. Away from that, straight into other sports this morning. Let's go talk about the Joint Technical Committee for the 22nd National Sports Festival, Ogun 2024, where they have now approved an adjustment of the games date to allow the games reflect the new direction of sport in the country and also provide more time for the implementation and recommendation made during the Joint Technical Meeting. Don't forget that according to a communique that was jointly signed by the Director General of the National Sports Commission, who was also the chairman of the organizing committee, Honorable Adebukolo Lokpade, and the Honorable Commissioner for Sport Development in Ogun State, Honorable Wasiu Isiaka. The Gateway Games will now take place from May 16 to 30, 2025. Additionally, the zonal eliminations for team sport are scheduled to hold from February 23 to 28, 2025. Once again, there's a change in time and also the dates for the National Sports Festival. We look forward to see when that one is going to pan out. Before we go away from the home front, let's talk about the Nigerian Women's Football League, the championship now, where they have now approved Wednesday, 15th of January 2025 as the kickoff date for the 2024-2025 Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership season. The Congress approved the kickoff date from its inaugural General Assembly held on Tuesday, 17 December 2024, and the opening star match between defending champions Edo Queens and Nabia Angels will take place at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium on the same day. It's also served that the two group league format, groups A and B, will be retained for the new season with the draw ceremony conducted through seedings. In Group A, you have the likes of Edo Queens, Abia Angels, Ekiti Queens, Atlant Queens, Confluence Queens, Remo Stars Ladies, Nasarawa Amazons, Danas Ladies. While in Group B, you have Rivers Angels, Ibom Angels, Adamawa Queens, Nigeria Tails, Onibajas, Robo Queens, Bayelsa Queens, and Delta Queens. Now quickly going away from the home front right now. Let's go straight to Europe and we start with talks coming through from other sports. Let's start from the world of basketball, where on a historic night yesterday, LeBron James made basketball history by breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long-held record for the most regular season career minutes played. James achieved the milestone just 1 minute and 23 seconds into the second quarter of the game against the Sacramento Kings, marking his 57,447 minutes on the court. Speaking about the achievement, James, in his own words, said, "It's a pretty cool honor. Obviously, anytime time is linked with some of the greats that ever played the game. James had a solid performance, finishing the game with 19 points in 39 minutes, and 19 points in 34 minutes, I beg your pardon, helping his team to secure a 113 to 100 points victory. And in comparison, Abdul-Jabbar played 57,446 minutes over 20 seasons and 1,560 games. James, on the other hand, has now played 57,471 minutes across 22 seasons and 1,517 games, demonstrating his remarkable durability and longevity in the sport. Don't forget that on November 27, James also surpassed the same Abdul-Jabbar's total of combined regular season and playoff minutes, reaching an impressive 66,318 minutes after playing 29 minutes in a game against Philadelphia 76ers. This morning, where we talk about finger by finger, Devin Vassell counted the wow moment executed by Victor Wembanyama in his 42-point gem Thursday night that carried the San Antonio Spurs to a 133-126 overtime win over the Atlanta Hawks. Regardless of the venue, Wembanyama's performance proved near otherworldly. He became the first NBA player to connect on 7 3-pointers while totaling 6 rebounds, 5 assists and 4 blocks in the same game. The 20-year-old also joined Joel Embiid, who last did it in November 2022, and Karl Anthony Towns in December 2018 as the only players this century to rack up 60 points, 10 assists and 10 blocks in a 2-game span. In other games that were played overnight, you also have You also have the Golden State Warriors being led by Stephen Curry and Draymond Green to a eye-popping 123 to 66 lead in the fourth quarter yesterday night against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Golden State Warriors had such a brutal and humiliating evening that their 2 stars didn't even realize they had failed to make a field goal in a game together for the first time in their careers, as Memphis rose to a 114-93 win, the largest win in the NBA this season. The Grizzlies went out the 11 of the past 13 games, smarted Curry in just 2 points and 0 for 7 shooting, including a 0 for 6 from 3-point range. It was Curry's most field goal attempts and most minutes without a make in his 16-year career. Green also went scoreless, missing all 4 of his shots in 19 minutes in the game as well. And away from that talks right now, let's go straight to the world of Formula 1, where we got to talk about the recent happening in the world of Red Bull racing. I mentioned to you earlier that Christian Horner said the decision to promote Liam Lawson to Red Bull over Yuki Tsunoda was a marginal call. Yesterday, Red Bull confirmed Lawson will be Max Verstappen's 2025 teammate and the replacement for Sergio Perez, who has left the team. Lawson returned to Red Bull this year and has just 11 Formula 1 races to his name, while Tsunoda has been a junior team at Red Bull for 4 seasons and as well tested for Red Bull at the season-ending test in Abu Dhabi. Despite Tsunoda's impressive form recently, Lawson upside put him over the top. According to Lawson, is moving into a road that might be considered a bit of poison chalice since Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull at the end of 2018. Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon and now Perez have all left the team on the back of spiral in form compared to Max Verstappen, who claimed his 4th straight world title earlier this season. Perez's poor form cost Red Bull the Constructors' Championship last year. Still more thoughts coming through from Formula 1 this morning. Valtteri Bottas will return to Mercedes as a reserve driver next year after missing out on a seat in Formula 1 in 2025. Bottas was Lewis Hamilton's teammate at Mercedes from 2017 to 2021 before moving to Sauber, where he was replaced by George Russell in 2022. Following 3 tough seasons at Sauber, his contract was not renewed for 2025 after the Swiss team, which is set to become Audi in 2026, signed Nico Hülkenberg and Formula 2 champion Gabriel Bortoleto for 2025. 2025. And following Hamilton's decision to leave for Ferrari in 2025, Mercedes driver lineup will feature George Russell and rookie Andre Kimi Antonelli next year, with Bottas acting as reserve. And when it became clear Bottas would not drive for Sauber next year, he started a social media campaign with the phrase "What's next?" Which he also used to sell merchandise for a charitable cause. And away from that, it's also been said that the first Ferrari Formula 1 car to be raced by Lewis Hamilton will be revealed at the launch event at the team's factory in Maranello on February 19 next year. After 12 years at Mercedes, Hamilton's Ferrari contract will start in January next year and see him paired with Charles Leclerc at the Italian team. Both Hamilton and Leclerc will attend Formula 1's 75th anniversary launch event in London on February 18, where the liveries of all 10 teams will be reviewed on stage at the O2 Arena before traveling to Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello for the launch of the actual car in a separate event on February 19. And away from that right now, let's go straight into the world of boxing this morning. Because of course we're getting prepared for the big bout between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, the rematch of the undisputed heavyweight fight. Tyson Fury will meet again in the ring for a highly anticipated rematch 7 months after their first fight, and this time they will battle for the undisputed heavyweight boxing title. Usyk made history in their first encounter on May 19, 2024, right there in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, when he defeated Fury to become the world's first undisputed heavyweight champion in 24 years. However, Usyk gave up one of his 4 world titles as Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois were set to fight for the IBF belt, and now the two elite boxers are set to face off once again in a clash that is about much more than just titles. Talk about legacy this time around. In their first fight, don't forget the two fighters showcased very different styles, with Usyk narrowly winning by split decision, and many fans discussed the tactical approach each boxer took in the ring. Fury, this time around, known for his combination of strength, speed, and psychological tactics, standing at 6'9", with an 85-inch reach. Fury is an imposing figure. For the fight, according to latest reports coming through, the undercard will be featuring the likes of Isaac Lowe, who will be up against Lee McGregor. Daniel Lappe will be up against Dave Kylie. According to reports, the match will be on Saturday, tomorrow, December 21, 11 p.m. Nigerian time. All hands in glove, and we look forward to see how that game is going to pan out. Before we call it a wrap on the package this morning, let's go through the list of matches that will be played in the Nigerian Premier Football League match day 18 encounters for this weekend. Kano Pillars will be hosting Niger Tornadoes 3 p.m. tomorrow. Sunshine Stars will also be hosting El Kanemi Warriors. Bendel Insurance will be hosting Lobby Stars. Abia Warriors on Sunday will be hosting Ikorodu City. Plateau United will be hosting Eyimba on Sunday. Remo Stars will host Bayelsa United. Enugu Rangers will host Shooting Stars. Nasarawa United will host Rivers United. Kwara United will host instead Rangers International. Once again, have thrown the gate open for their game against Shooting Stars come on Sunday. Still, we look forward to see big feats coming through from the management of Shooting Rangers International, by the way, because this is going to be the second home game in a row where they are going to be throwing the gates open. Talk about giving Europe this for tomorrow. We'll talk about the matches that will also be played across the English Premier League and also the top 5 major European leagues. Sporting a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget, I'm right here serving it to you fast, a lot of facts. I'm making it compact for listening pleasure. We'll be back here later tonight between 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. For more talks on the Sports Up Show, where we get to analyze and also take your reaction from all of the matches that went down overnight, and looking forward to preview the matches for this weekend as well. In the Spanish Liga later tonight, we'll be seeing Girona hosting Real Valladolid, while Bayern Munich will be up against RB Leipzig in the German Bundesliga. Italian Serie A will be Hellas Verona up against AC Milan later this evening. And in the Turkish Super League, we'll be having Fenerbahce travel to Eyüpspor for their match in the Turkish Super League as well. Sports in Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. As I call it a wrap on the package for this morning. Many thanks to everyone who's been